and will address you as the valedictorian of the class of 2014.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start out by thanking my parents, family, and friends for all their support, and especially our teachers for helping us to get to where we are today. There are several things that make the class of 2014 unique. The first thing I'd like to point out that I feel makes our class unique is that we are not the only ones graduating. Dr. Hook, Maynette Davis, and Mr. Forth are also leaving Fort Bend Christian. This has been a trend each year for 6 years in a row. Starting in 7th grade, at least one teacher has left after teaching our class. I'd like to take a moment to list these teachers. In 7th grade, Miss Mize left. I can still hear her saying,
"Now, class, get out your Island of the Blue Dolphins book and turn to page 47.
That's awesome.
Miss Mize taught us English in a way I'll never forget. In 8th grade, Mr. Hickey left. He taught us Bible. In 9th grade, Mr. Wright left, and so did a geometry teacher who will remain unnamed. This one went back to the village, as he would say, to fly his polyhedron kite.
Yeah.
In 10th grade, the third Bible teacher in a row, Miss Kernat, also left. Ruby Linhart left as well. She told us,
Maranatha,
and
you guys, these kids are savages. Piggy is dead.
discussing the plot of the book, Lord of the Flies. Junior year, Miss Dravis left. She was famous for her pumpkin patch, for her no, and for being an unforgettable English teacher as well. Senior year. On senior year, it couldn't possibly be more coincidental that the principal is leaving when we graduate. Our freshman biology teacher, Maynette Davis, has also decided to graduate alongside us. She used to say, 0, 0, 0, and told us that she has taught for longer than Moses was in the desert. Mr. Forth has taught here for 6 years, and he will be leaving for Scotland, where he will have more fun with math. In addition to the teachers, there is a second thing I'd like to mention that has coincided our journey through Fort Bend Christian, such as the name itself, which used to be Fort Bend Baptist Academy, leaving us with the last FBBA chapel shirts ever to exist. Also, the year we finished middle school, the middle school was assimilated into the elementary building, leaving us with a north campus and a south campus. All of this, the teachers, the name, the buildings, is it a coincidence or is it providence? I can't say for sure. I point this out because it shows the following. More than any other grade that came before us, change seems to have followed us. What I know is that, at least in some of these instances of change, God has been working. One thing, however, hasn't changed. It is the community that has been fostered here. I think at this point, it's important to recognize how much of an impact the people around us can have. As we all go off to college, we must keep in mind how important it is to pay attention to the people we choose to surround ourselves with. The people I've surrounded myself with include my lunch table friends, my scouting buddies, my choir family, mis amigos de español, and those who have challenged me to study harder. The book of Proverbs states that iron sharpens iron, and with that in mind, I'd like to do a couple shout-outs. Just mention some of the people in this class who I feel have challenged me on an academic level. Natalia Kapuscinskis, a brilliant writer who has always had a contagious love for English and the written word. Trent Rivers, a friend of mine who helped me through Honors World History in 10th grade, and as my study buddy, and who remained one of my closest friends throughout high school. Jake Matthews and Trevor Jameson have always challenged me in math. Between the three of us, we can always handle Mr. Forth's in-class questions. The list goes on. Tanya Pignon, Megan Fell, Macy Mulcahy, and I can't tell you how many times Alyssa Zamora's Quizlets have saved me at last-minute study time at 3 a.m. When I think about the fact that a year from now, I will probably have a whole new group of friends, I can't help but feel a little bit of reluctancy. As I close, I'd like to recognize this is probably the last time we will all be together 100%. And I can't say I could have ever asked for a better group of friends and fellow graduates to accompany me through this time in my life. Thank you.